Pokemon Go is shocking us with a new sick upcoming update that will feature 2 new exciting shiny Pokemon, 1 new Shadow Legendary, and probably the most important limited feature to ever exist in this game. Let's jump into it. Okay, technically there's 2 different events that we're talking about today. We'll start with the Crackling Voltage event. This event will be happening from Friday, January 27th at 10 o'clock AM to Sunday, February 5th at 11:59 PM local time. Wild encounters will be electric. You'll get it in a second. They include Ekans, Magnemite, Grimer, Electrike, Stunky, Blitzel, Ferroseed, Helioptile, Grubbin, Beldum, and Dedenne. And yes, that does include the brand new shiny Helioptile. I will say this is a super rare Pokemon just in general, so after this event is over, I mean, the shiny is gonna be virtually impossible to get. For example, Helioptile has been released in Pokemon Go for exactly 1 year, and I've only ever encountered 46 of them. That's insane. So definitely a shiny worth hunting for in this event. Other Pokemon in the wild worth hunting for include Magnemite. Its evolution Magnezone and Shadow Magnezone are decent and cheap electric type Pokemon to have, which are very useful. Ferroseed, definitely a rare grab, definitely a rare shiny Pokemon, and Ferrothorn, its evolution is ranked 76th in the Ultra League. Beldum. Beldum is definitely the most meta-relevant Pokemon spawning in the wild during this event. Its evolution Metagross is the best steel type you can ever have in Pokemon Go, technically. Mainly because not only does it have a shadow version that is just extremely good, like it's the #1 steel type above Mega Pokemon, but Metagross will also eventually get a Mega Pokemon as well, which will literally be the king of steel. Also, Metagross is ranked 32nd in the Masters League and 66th as a shadow in the Masters League. Great Pokemon. Those are the Pokemon in the wild. What about the ones in raids?
Some of the best Pokemon spawns ever are hours away from leaving. And these bad boys, the Vessi Stormburst, are gonna help us catch up. Starting with an incense and some lures. And the biggest factor of them all, foot power. Oh my god, look at these spawns. Dratini. Oh god. Rare Pokemon are spawning rain or shine, so our footwear really can't hold us back.
Which is why the Dymatex technology in Vessi is massive.
This dual climate knit material keeps your piggies cool in the summer and warm in colder weather. Oh dude, these spawns are wild. Noibat.
What's new shiny?
Dratini.
Come on.
Okay, more to catch. Also, these bad boys are 100% waterproof. Perfect for the water type spawns. And they grip super well to the ground to prevent eating it, plus they're insanely comfortable. Oh wait, we have a dino spawn? God, not the shiny. Great candy though. Nice. And if you want to pick up the Vessi Stormburst or other styles, head to vessi.com/Mystic7 and use code Mystic7 to get 15% off your entire order.
Thank you to Vessi for sponsoring today's hunt.
Raid bosses for this event will include Tier 1 raids being Alolan Grimer, Shinx, Bronzor, Clink, and Helioptile. Tier 3 raid bosses being Venomoth, Galarian Weezing, Jolteon, and Mawile. 5-star raids will include Tapu Koko and Registeel. And here's how this will work. Tapu Koko will be in the raids from Wednesday, January 25th at 10 AM to Wednesday, February 1st at 10 AM local time. And then Registeel will take the place in raids from Wednesday, February 1st at 10 AM to Wednesday, February 8th at 10 AM. And also during that time, Registeel will know the charge attack Zap Cannon. And then the Mega raids will include Mega Gengar and Mega Aerodactyl. Sort of same deal, Mega Aerodactyl will be in the raids from Wednesday, January 25th at 10 AM to Wednesday, February 1st at 10 AM. And then Gengar will be in the raids from Wednesday, February 1st at 10 AM to Wednesday, February 8th at 10 AM. And wait, yes, this does include the shiny debut for the first time ever of shiny Tapu Koko. And we will get that into a little shiny transfer challenge for it, so make sure you're subscribed here to get ready for that. And out of those raid bosses, these are the most meta-relevant ones to spend your money on. Mawile is a decent option. It's gonna eventually have a Mega form, but the Mega isn't like super meta-relevant. Registeel, great option. This is actually one of the best PvP legendary Pokemon that has ever existed. It's been meta-relevant for a long time. It's just continuously been good, and it's still good to this day. Currently, it's ranked #1 overall in both the Great League and #1 overall in the Ultra League. It's a freaking PvP monster. Mega Gengar, it's currently the #1 ghost type Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which is a super useful typing to have. And it's just a great Mega Pokemon. Shiny Mega Gengar, one of the best shiny Megas ever. And also it is a ghost and poison type, so it boosts the candy collection for 2 typings, which is great. And then Mega Aerodactyl. This bad boy is currently the #1 rock type Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which is like the most useful typing ever for raid bosses. And that's not all that's happening. There's another feature going down during this event that will be very expensive for me personally. The eggs. In the 7-kilometer eggs, we will have Alolan Sandshrew, Skarmory, Blitzel, Stunfisk, Galarian Stunfisk, Helioptile, and Dedenne. Man, is that how you pronounce that? I just Dedenne. And I will absolutely be doing a 100 egg hatch challenge with these Pokemon. So again, make sure you're subscribed. Cool content coming this month. Then in the field research for this event, you can get encounters with Pokemon including Voltorb, Hisuian Voltorb, Plusle, Minun, Emolga, and Helioptile. So the brand new shiny Helioptile will be featured in the wild, in eggs, raids, and field research. There are a lot of different ways to get this new shiny. And again, once this event is over, you're never gonna see this Pokemon in the wild ever again, so it's just a good time to grind it if you can. Now, let's talk Pokemon Go's enemy number 1, Pizza Boy Giovanni. From Wednesday, February 1st at 12 a.m. to Sunday, February 5th at 11:59 p.m., there will be a Team Go Rocket takeover event. These ones are always very exciting, they're always very meta relevant, we'll explain why. For starters, Giovanni is getting a brand new Shadow Legendary Pokemon, and I've been so excited for this moment. He had Mewtwo, he's gonna get something different. What are they following Mewtwo up with? It's, drumroll please, not Rayquaza. Not only is it not Shadow Rayquaza, but it will be available, not Shadow Rayquaza, until the end of the Mythical Wishes season, which ends on March 1st, which is after the Hoenn Tour. We were all kind of hoping that the Hoenn Tour would feature Shadow Rayquaza, mainly because we didn't get Rayquaza at all last year in the raids, and obviously out of the Hoenn Pokemon, Rayquaza is one of the most popular. But instead, we're getting Shadow Registeel. Now, I'm sure all of you PvP people are very excited for this, and rightfully so. It's gonna be really interesting to see how Shadow Registeel ranks up against the normal Registeel that's already the first overall in 2 different PvP leagues. But I'm not exactly quite sure how good it's gonna be, so I can't tell whether or not it's worth using a Super Rocket Radar on. I probably will just end up saving mine again, in the hopes that Shadow Rayquaza comes out this year. Thankfully, that's not the only exciting and big thing happening during the Team Go Rocket takeover event. The bonuses include, obviously, Team Go Rocket appearing more often in balloons and at stops, and the most important feature in Pokemon Go history that only comes around a couple times a year, so please don't miss this. You can't miss this. You will once again be able to use a TM to TM frustration off of your Shadow Pokemon. This is one of the most asked questions I get typically in live streams is, how do you get frustration off of your Shadow Pokemon? This is how. And the reason why this is so important is because Shadow Pokemon are the most useful in the entire game. They're typically the best performers in PvP, and they usually run the top of the meta for each typing when it comes to raid boss counters. But all these Shadow Pokemon come standard with the move Frustration on them, and you can't get Frustration off until an event like this rolls around. And again, this only happens a couple times per year, so definitely take advantage of it. Team Go Rocket will also be getting a handful of new Shadow Pokemon, including Shadow Alolan Vulpix, Shadow Spoink, Shadow Blitzel, and Shadow Joltik. Some of these Pokemon may become super meta relevant in PvP too, so heads up for that. And the team leaders will be getting brand new Shadow Shiny Pokemon, which means if you haven't gotten your Shadow Shiny Machop, Mawile, or Sableye, now is definitely the time to hunt them before they're gone. I still don't have a Shadow Shiny Sableye, and I freaking need it. So I'll be grinding from now until this event. Oh, and also the following Pokemon will be hatching from the 12-kilometer eggs during this event: Larvitar, Absol, Scorpy, Sandile, Scraggy, Pawniard, Vullaby, Dino, Pancham, Skrelp, and Salandit. No new shinies there, but some decent Pokemon hatching out of those eggs. And definitely some decent shinies, including a new shiny, which, well, we already got one of those.
But now the grind continues, and
Oh my god! And we got a shiny! It's the brand new shiny! Oh my god! The fridge! Oh wow!
Oh, plus there's kind of a new feature that's happening that I'm honestly super excited for. There will be like a single field research task that will give mysterious components when completing it. Now, if you get 6 mysterious components, it gives you a rocket radar that you could then use to go battle a team leader, try to find a Shadow Shiny Pokemon, and get yourself some 12-kilometer eggs. Because 12-kilometer eggs only come from the leaders, and Shadow Shiny Pokemon only come from the leaders. These radars are 200 Pokecoins in the shop, and the only other way to get them is by defeating Team Go Rocket Grunts, which takes quite a bit of time. So to get them from field research is a really big thing, assuming the field research task is easy. 2 massive events, several huge things to be excited for, and if you are excited, make sure to subscribe and check out the other videos on screen because they're exciting too. Thank you for watching, hope you're hyped, see you in the next video.